Llwyncolfa, Cardiganshire, Wales. 24th of April, 1894. Fy mrawd annwyl. My dear brother, I can hardly believe I shall be seeing you in a mere 4 days. That happy prospect banishes, almost, the trepidation I feel at my first ever visit to London. The reason, of course, that I am now writing in English. I know you've already received several letters from Mam concerning my visit. She has likewise drummed into me how vital it is I keep safe the great sum of money I shall be carrying. Every last penny our family has ever saved, so I'm repeatedly told. I know Mam has long dreamed of expanding our family business. Dad is still chary. So I am pleased that all your hard work there in London means the fulfilment of that dream is finally in sight.
Lenker draws, ain't. Yeah. So, Welshman, you and me.
Luke, please, call it a line.
Draws. 9. Can't quit now, Carrier. Know my luck's on the turn.
You'll be amused to hear that Dad insists, in the teeth of all my objections, that I carry his big old pistol with me, the one he claims he won from that American lawman in a poker game. He assures me I may have need of it in Whitechapel, to defend our family fortune, or my honour, or both. On a more serious note, that sorry excuse for a man, Mad Dog Priest, continues to press for my hand in marriage. He called here only yesterday, with flowers for me and flattery for Mam and Beth. I swear, when he had gone, the reek of corruption hung in the air. Your sweet sister Beth sends you her loving regards, as do I. Oh, dearest brother, how I long to see your familiar face, your eager eyes searching me out among the crush at Paddington Station.
Samuel!
Master Luke?
Tell Harry and Ron they're to pour away the last of today's milk, sterilise the crock, take the churns back to the yard.
You're off to meet your sister.
No, you are. Meg's train arrives in Paddington in less than 2 hours. Take the cart.
Will not Miss Megan be expecting her brother to greet her?
She may be, but I have other fish to fry. Get going or you'll be late.
Bless me.
You've something to say to me, Samuel?
You play cards with Moses Lipsky.
Where did you hear that? It's true I frequent Mr. Lipsky's establishment in Fashion Street on occasion. For the dancing. Sometimes I play a little shemmy there too. Is this any of your business?
I made your father a promise I would look after you in London.
Well, my father's a drunken sot. Mum says he doesn't know what day of the week it is, so I doubt he worries much about me.
I know he worries about you.
I neither want nor need his tame old Jew watching over me.
Moses Lipsky is boss of the Bessarabian Tigers, a gang of vicious thugs. He chews men up like a golem and spits
Samuel,
out the bone.
go. Do not speak of this again and breathe one word of it to my nosy little sister, and I believe you know what will happen.
How shall I know, Miss Megan?
Look for a young woman who appears fearful and lost.
Luke, at last, I thought... No. Oh, sorry. Forgive me, sir. I mistook you for my brother.
Evans?
Yes?
Miss Megan Evans of Llwyncolfa?
Who wishes to know?
Samuel Singer. I gewalt, you are exactly as I imagined. Oh, Miss Megan, I am so happy to meet you at last.
Where is my brother?
I fear Master Luke had a pressing engagement this evening. He sent his apologies. He also sent me.
Oh.
I have a carriage waiting to convey you to Whitechapel. I may take your bag?
No, thank you. I'll carry it myself. Carriage?
For such a fine lady, it should be a carriage.
You couldn't have unloaded the churns.
I had no time. I feel mortified.
Oh, don't. It's comforting. My day began on a cart such as this. Llwyncolfa to Gardon.
A little different here, no?
You might say so. Not only the crowds. Then I was speaking Welsh. Now English.
My Gymraeg yn iaith mor brwdfers.
Oh, for you! How do you know that? Oh, of course, Luke taught you.
Luke? No, your father taught me.
Oh?
Just a little, before you were born.
The cards like me tonight.
I do.
For once.
Well, what do you say? We wager it all.
Hold the coin on the table? No, why not?
No? All. Every penny I owe. One hand, double or quits.
No, I don't like it. We don't do that deal.
Scared you might lose? Moses Bach. Surely not, what's the word you people use? You're not a nebbish, are you?
Luke!
7.
7 what?
7 dairies. We've passed since leaving Paddington. So far, 6 of them Welsh. Welsh names, anyhow. 2 Jones, 2 Griffiths, 1 Hughes, 1 Evans. No relation as far as I know.
Your countrymen have the London milk trade sewn up tight. You didn't know that?
I knew that it was not only us, but so many.
The Welsh have milk, the Jews have clothing.
Also sewn up.
Work no native Londoner cares to do. Fit only for the immigrant.
Oh, we Welsh are the immigrants now.
Low pay, long hours, filthy conditions, hard labor.
The milk trade, yes. A bit of needlework.
Whitechapel sweatshop in the heat of summer is a little corner of Gehenna.
Yet, these occupations offer the promise of advancement. Enrichment, even.
Too often a chimerical promise.
We'll see about that. I crossed Wales in less time than we've been travelling now. How big is this city?
Nebbish? He means weak. Gutless. I'm surprised he didn't slit you there and then.
He couldn't afford to. I owe him too much money.
Well, stay away for a while.
Look, Penny. You in a hurry?
Oh, dear. I have to meet my
I
sister.
have this thing you must see.
Please, Moses, no.
Here, in this tin. You know Avram Pinsky from Minsk? A knocker, disrespectful.
No, I don't think...
Here. See,
Yes, you know it.
his ear. Pinsky's. His left ear. I cut it off myself. You work with cows, Welshman. You can't help being a Bahami. I know you mean no disrespect.
I don't, Moses. Truly, I don't.
He really doesn't, Moses.
Tomorrow, I go away. 3 days. I get back, you bring me my money. Or I get another tin.
I've never seen such a place as this. Never even dreamed it.
How could you? No other such place exists in the whole wide world.
You've seen the whole wide world, Samuel.
A lot more of it than you have. Nowhere like Whitechapel.
Are our cows nearby?
They are.
Are they not kept in a yard hereabouts?
A few streets from here. You wish to pay them a visit?
I do. Though, not now. Which way to the River Thames?
That way. South.
Far?
Half a mile.
A great river?
One of the greatest.
Are there trout in it, Samuel?
Trout? Truly, I cannot say, Miss Megan. I have never looked. Though, if there are, I doubt they are edible. Wait there while I light the lamps.
Luke's not back then.
It seems not.
Gas. I wish we could get gas at Llwyncolfa. Oh, what wonderful tiles.
Your father had them put in when he bought this place. He wanted views of Wales. Sadly, the Dutchman who painted them had never been to Wales.
They're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Today has been a day of mosts for you, I think. You must be in need of a drink.
Will Luke be home soon?
No milk left. Tea? Cocoa?
Samuel, I asked you if Luke would be
He
home soon.
may not be back until morning.
Cocoa, please, Samuel. Then I'd like to go to bed.
Morning, Samuel. Where is she?
Miss Megan?
Of course, Miss Megan. Who the hell else do you think I mean?
I made up a bed in the dry goods room.
She's still asleep?
I haven't heard her this morning.
She had a bag?
A large carpet bag.
Oh, where is it?
She kept it with her.
Damn. Give me a little of that milk.
You never drink milk?
Because I see where it comes from.
Whiskey breath.
Milk's good, Samuel. Luke! You may open up now. Meg!
Oh, fy mrawd Anwyl, sut fi ti'n colli ti?
English Meg, you're in London now.
Oh, Luke, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, you have the money? Did you open this?
No.
When did you go back?
Depends.
On what?
On you. I've come all this way. I thought I'd stay a while.
No. I mean, I'm glad to see you, Meg, of course, but how will they cope at home? Mum can't do everything, and Dad's useless.
Oh.
Beth, too. The farm will go to the dogs without you, Meg. That's why you can't stay.
The cousins are coming in. Anti-railways boys. They'll stay till I get back.
Oh, right.
The farm will be fine, Luke, for a week or two at least.
Well, good. That's good.
I need to talk to you about Mad Dog Priest.
You make the man sound like Beelzebub. Is he really so bad?
He ruined a maid, then murdered his wife.
His wife drowned in the Tyvee.
Because Priest's debaucheries drove her to self-slaughter.
That's your
Why
fancy.
has Mum decided I must marry this man? Why is she so vehement about this?
We'll talk of it again. I have to go. I've business to attend to.
Buying this other dairy?
That's right. Still a lot to be settled.
Luke, wait. What should I do with this?
Jessie Mawr, don't point it at me. Is it loaded?
No point carrying an unloaded gun. That's what Dad said. No, of course it's not loaded. You think I'm an idiot?
Just put it in your bedclothes for now. I'll deal with it later.
She said she was going out for some air.
At this time of night. This is not the sea coast at Llanrysted, Samuel. This is the commercial road. The air here is boiling tripe, rancid tallow, cat's meat and night soil. And these streets, they're not the cow pastures of Llwyn Colfa. What time was this? Samuel, what time did my sister go from here?
A little after 9.
9. Right, so she's been away less than an hour.
9 this morning.
Christ on Efoedd. You're telling me Megan's been out alone for over 12 hours in Whitechapel? She comes here, wet behind the ears, like a newborn calf, and what does she do? Walks off into the fog.
It wasn't foggy when she left.
Christ only knows what's happened to her.
It was sunny this morning.
This is her, see. This is how she is, always been like it. From when she was a girl going off, family sick with worry, Mum especially. Meg would grab one of the wild ponies and ride away. Be gone the whole day. Mum would beat her black and blue when she got home. Deserved it too, mind you. Did it make any difference? Did it heck? Oh, dear. If the little fool doesn't come back, I'll never hear the last of it. Mum will skin me alive. Yesy Christ, man. My sister could be dying in an alley and leave the bloody pots alone.
The pots must be washed. What else would you have me do?
I'd have you worry about her a bit more. It's like you don't care if Meg's alive or dead.
You wish me to be honest with you, Master Luke.
You're going to tell me you think she is dead, aren't you?
I think wherever she is, Miss Megan is fine.
Fine.
She reminds me of her father, which makes me believe she is well able to look after herself.
What the hell are you talking about, man? This is her first time off the farm. Ever. Meg's never been anywhere bigger than Tregaron before. Only things she knows are cows and, well, only cows. I can't think of anything else. Meg.
Luke, I heard.
Annie, what the hell are you doing here? I told you never to show your face at the dairy.
I heard your sister's gone and got herself lost.
I
Hello. You must be Samuel.
I am, miss, yes. And your name is...
Annie. Annie Riley.
Doesn't matter who she is. She's not stopping.
I've come to help.
How can you help?
I know the dangers faced by a young woman in Whitechapel. I know the places she might go or be taken.
Taken by who?
Is your sister... Is Megan a comely young woman?
What?
She is. She inherited her mother's fair looks.
If a fella saw Megan in the street, forlorn and astray, would he want to...
Want to what?
You know.
Yes, see, Maur. This is my sister we're speaking of.
You know that there are men out there, genial, generous, so they first of all seem, who prey upon guileless young women, who ply us with flattery and gin and...
No, not Megan.
Oh, Luke, it's like you just fell off the milk cart.
Can that be true?
Meg!
Good evening, Miss Megan.
Can my worldly wise brother be less worldly than he
Get out of here
claims?
now.
Wait, Luke!
Who was that astute young lady?
Master
A
Luke's
customer.
lady-
No one important. Where the hell have you been?
Walking the streets of this great city,
Walking.
which is even greater than I dreamed.
For 15 hours.
I didn't set out to walk 15 hours, but the more I walked, the more I saw. The more I saw, the more I was eager to see.
When I first came here, I did the same thing.
Why?
I witnessed 1,000 sights that dazzled my eyes. Men and women in fine clothes and carriages, barefoot infants in rags, able-bodied men cadging farthings. We have poor folk back home, nothing like this.
Did you find the river?
I did, Samuel, thank you.
Why would you go to the river?
To see it. I thought it would be like the Tavy, only bigger. It's not like the Tavy at all.
No?
No reeds, no stepping stones, no overshading trees. You can't tickle trout in the Thames, Samuel.
I believe I already knew that.
Just now, as I turned home, I beheld one of the wonders of the world.
Oh, no. Oh, what was that then?
Your new bridge, with the castles on either bank, each one greater than Kilgarren. Haven't you seen it? A workman told me when it opens in 2 months, it'll divide and rise up to let ships pass beneath. You think he was pulling my leg? You promised you'd take me to the yard today.
I'll take you tomorrow.
You've been saying tomorrow this last week. I'll mend this shirt.
Is water fresh?
I drew from the pump just now. There are matters we must talk about, Luke, before I go back to Cloncolvar. Madog Priest, for one. I'll not marry the man. Mum can put a gun to my head.
She probably will.
There has to be a big row about this. I want you on my side.
Why would I take sides in one of your rows with Mum?
Because you should want to protect me from bad men. And Madog Priest, he's as bad as they come. A vile lecher.
Killed his missus, you said, though I've yet to see proof.
If I had proof, he'd have swung for it.
Even if he is all you say, which I doubt, toss me that towel. If Mum's decided you're to marry him, what can I do about it?
Your mum's favourite. Her blue-eyed boy. She thinks you walk on water.
So you say. I don't see it myself.
Then there's Beth.
What's the little fool done now?
Oh, nothing. That's the point. Beth doesn't have to do anything. Mum still chastises her for no reason at all.
Knowing Beth, I'd hardly say.
Our sister is forgetful and dreamy, but she has a good heart and she tries her best. One slip, Mum screams and shouts, which only makes Beth more fretted, more sullen, more Beth-like. So Mum gets furiouser still and thrashes the girl with whatever comes to hand. 2 weeks ago, it was the long-handled ladle that hangs by the range. Beth bore the bruises when I left.
Shirt?
One of these days, Mum will kill that poor child.
Don't be ridiculous. We'll talk about it another time.
Where are you going?
Out, family business.
Yes?
I'm meeting the man I'm buying the dairy from. There are still matters to be settled. If I don't go now, I'll be late.
I made supper.
I'll get something out.
I put food on the table. You watched me.
Mayon, please, out of my way.
You will stay and you will eat it.
Yes, see, Christ. You sound exactly like Mum. Oh, I suppose half an hour won't hurt.
Samuel?
Shop's closed. I'll be off now, if that's all. Miss Megan,
Cashed up?
it's in the ledger. See you in the morning.
Samuel?
Miss,
Do you have a wife waiting with supper on the table?
I thought you knew I do not.
Until my brother arrived here, you lived in these rooms, is that not so?
It is, for 25 years.
What is home for you now?
Why do you ask him this?
A room in a lodging house, Miss Megan.
Would you join us for supper, Samuel? Foolishly, I made too much for only the two of us.
This is not how we do things.
It would please me if you did.
That's very kind, Miss Megan.
No need for the miss. Megan will do. Or plain Meg. Well, Samuel?
Might I ask what you're having?
Ham.
It's beef, not ham. Why'd you say ham? With bread. And my own pickles I brought from Llynculver.
Well, that was an experience. One I wish never to repeat. But now we must go, mustn't we, Samuel?
Thank you, Meg.
Luke,
What now?
play a hand of cards with me before you leave.
No, I cannot. I dare not talk of this in front of Samuel, but I really do have to go.
Samuel, will you stay and play?
I fear I should not.
Please. Or would you have me spend another long evening alone?
Oh, it would be a pleasure.
Samuel, a word? Need I remind you of the power I have over you, Samuel? The ruinous knowledge I possess.
No, Master Luke.
One ill-advised word to my sister, and you are finished. Understand?
I do.
Don't wait up.
Luke has a lot on his mind. Cribbage?
Fine. You play often?
Most evenings, with my father.
Ah, then I must take care.
Why do you say that?
I've played with your father.
You have? When?
Often. Here, in this very room. Many other places, too.
Cut the cards. Why do you laugh, Samuel?
I've seen your father do that many times.
Do what?
Invite his opponent to cut the cards. So, you cut them, and you feel safe. Then Johnny deals.
Johnny?
Your father.
My father's name is Morgan John Evans, as I'm sure you know.
When I met him, he was Johnny Llynculver.
No one calls him that now. 6.
Johnny's opponents would cut, Johnny would deal, as you have. 13. And somehow, miraculously, the cards would come out exactly as Johnny wished.
To give him a good hand? 21 and a run of 3.
No, to give his opponent a good hand, sometimes a very good hand. 24, though never quite good enough. Did Johnny teach you that?
To make the cards fall as I choose?
Without anyone seeing?
How is that possible, Samuel?
I've often wondered that myself.
If my father did teach me that skill, and I'm not saying he did, you may be sure I would not be using it tonight.
No?
Why would I gull you? We're playing for pleasure, for company. We're playing so I feel a little less lonely. We're also playing for buttons. What would be the point? 24?
Yes.
31.
Oh.
Thank you.
The sin of the immigrant.
Gambling.
The sin of the Jew, most of all. You have my money?
Yes, I'm not here.
There is a line from the little boy chick in the meanest street playing pitch and toss, studying the laws of chance in that humble fashion, through these hopeful fools to be Moses Lipsky, who was once that little boy, and who now owns all this. The full sum?
Yes.
What did you do, Welshman? Sell your dairy? Mortgage the farm? Both?
All due respect, Moses. That's none of your business.
Bring it. Here. Tomorrow night.
Morning, Samuel. My brother?
You missed him again. He went out. Didn't say where.
If I didn't know him better, I'd believe Luke doesn't care for my company anymore. Want to handle that butter?
No, I'm done. And it's margarine.
Do, is it? I've never seen that before.
Here, taste.
Oh, ach, wie. Oh, folk here like this?
Folk here can afford this.
Oh.
Some of them. Oh, the postman brought you a package.
A package?
Postmark Tregarian. I didn't mention it to Master Luke because it's marked strictly private.
From my father?
Not his hand.
No hand I've ever seen. Newspapers? Well, yeah, and the Cardigan Observer. And a letter.
Melyn Mawr, Cardiganshire, Wales, 30th of April 1894. My dearest Megan, I trust you will forgive my over-familiarity, since my dearest
is what you are already in my heart, and what you will soon become, before God and Wales and the world. I lately paid a call upon your dear parents. By chance, it was the day after you left for London, to make a formal request for your hand in marriage. I am happy to report that both your mother and father smiled on my suit, and assured me your brother Luke also favours the match. Even your young sister Beth seemed excited in her charmingly simple way. Given the accord in the Evans household, at your mam's urging, I took the bold step of announcing our forthcoming nuptials in the popular press, both Welsh and English. I enclose copies. I await your return with impatience, as I believe you are the only woman on God's earth who can take the place of my beloved late wife. Yours ever, Madog Priest.
Luke, I know it's early, but we have to talk. I know you're there. I heard you come in. I got a very upsetting letter from Madog Priest. Claims we're betrothed, me and him, with Mum and Dad's blessing. Yours too. That can't be right, can it? Luke, what's going on? Please, I have to know. It's even in the papers. Welsh and English. Says the wedding's next month.
Sorry.
You.
Didn't catch most of that. Though it sounds like congratulations are in order. Not me you want, though, is it?
Ferric Neidham and he, a pitain.
That didn't sound very nice.
Is my brother in there?
No. Sorry, he's not. I don't know where he is.
How the hell did you get in?
I can see you're upset.
I asked you how you got in here.
I know where Luke hides the keys.
Where?
Beyond the pump in the yard.
Don't bother looking there ever again. They won't be there.
I don't want to be here. Luke hates me coming here, but I got phone out of my lodgings.
If my brother had come back and found you...
He'd have been livid at first, but I'd have brought him round, if you know what I mean.
What's your name?
My name? Annie. Annie Riley. You're Meg.
I'm not making friends with you, Annie Riley. You're nothing to me, so I don't give a damn what you're called. But when I tell Luke about this, if I say that harlot I found in your bed, will he know which one I mean?
No call to be
Get
like
your
that.
clothes on, Annie Riley, and get out of here. Now!
Morning, Samuel.
Gilbert, where did you come from?
Tell Luke I didn't mean no harm. I only came here because I've got nowhere else to go.
You know her, then?
I met her once. She's a friend of...
I know what she is. You know where Luke is now?
He didn't come home last night?
No.
Then I don't.
You meet all his lady friends?
I very much doubt it.
There's a lot, then.
Those dark good looks, that Welsh charm, what do you think?
I think the ladies like him, and he likes them back. It's just so unfair.
This life? Give me some news I don't know.
All right, I will. I'm engaged to be married, Samuel.
Oh, my dear Meg. Congratulations. Oh, are you having misgivings? It's natural. My guess you had misgivings.
You were married?
Oh, a long time ago.
I wouldn't say misgivings. I'd say it's more...
What? You believe you are not ready for marriage?
Oh, if I was home now at Llwynculfa, I'd take one of the wild ponies from the Elenid and ride to the sea. There in the stillness and quiet, I could think. In this clamorous city, where is there like that? Much further?
No, this is it.
I'd hoped Luke would bring me here. I asked him many times.
If you'd rather wait,
I'd be waiting forever.
after you. Not the sea coast of Wales, I know. Isaac! Richie? This man looks after the cows.
It's better, Samuel. It's the farm. Llwyn Colfa. In all the bedlam of Whitechapel. The sounds. Smells. Shut my eyes. I could be home.
It's a good time. The cows were milked an hour ago. The chickens have been fed.
We keep chickens.
Oh, in a run by the feed store. Only a score so far. They lay the eggs we sell in the dairy. Come on, come on. Luke didn't want the butter, but I knew they'd be worth it.
Leghorns, good layers.
I'd like to get more. Isaac! Who's empty here? He must have gone out.
How often do you come here, Samuel?
This is the first time in weeks. Too busy in the shop.
Luke's here every day?
Yeah, I believe so. You want to see your Welsh cows?
Oh, of course. 35 of them.
Yes.
Oh, yes, Christ. These beasts have not been cleaned out for days. Oh, fed properly. Oh. Neglect. Canker. Murder. Samuel, what the hell is happening here? "27 cows in there. Where are the other 8?
I don't
Put
know.
to grass, sold for glue. Is this why Luke didn't want me to come?
You must ask him
Of
that.
the poor creatures that remain, 4 are so sick they must be destroyed. The others, it's a wonder they still give milk, and the milk they do give is fit to drink.
Forgive me, Megan.
Why? What have you done?
I brought you here to lift your heart. Now you've seen this.
I'm glad you brought me here, Samuel. Now, there's something else I need.
What?
A glass of milk.
You drink milk at home?
Not a cup, Samuel, a glass, so I can see the colour. I drink water at home, from our spring. I find milk too phlegmy. But I'm not supping it now to quench my thirst.
Here.
Fresh this morning?
Of course.
Take a glass yourself.
Oh, no.
Did
I
you not
really
hear what I
don't care.
said, Samuel? We're not drinking for our delectation. Looks thin. Blue. You watering it, Samuel? Iechyd da.
Like I am.
Ach, a fi. I don't know what the hell this is, but it's not milk. Or if it is, it's mixed with a large measure of water. Something else too. Samuel?
Chalk.
Say again?
Chalk dust.
I never heard anything so disgusting.
I agree.
You sell the milk here, so you must be watering it. Am I right?
You are.
On my brother's orders? Consider where your loyalties lie, Samuel.
Luke, he calls it milk from the black cow.
The black cow?
The pump in the yard.
How long has this abomination been going on?
Oh, a few weeks. Never before.
Never again. Swear?
I swear. Luke's had a lot on his mind lately.
So, while he's busy buying some of the dairy, he's ruining this one? Sell folks this bishant, you bankrupt the business.
You should talk to your brother.
If I can find him. The money I brought from Llwyn Colfa. Do you know where Luke put it? We don't have a safe.
We did. Luke pawned it
What?
last month. Hold the floorboard, please. Is this it?
Yes.
What will you do with it?
Better you don't know. I've lit the fuse. Now I wait for the bang.
Where is it? I said, where is it?
Sorry, Master Luke. Did you lose something?
Don't play stupid with me, boy. The money from Llwyn Colfa. What have you done with
I
it?
have it.
What?
I took it back to get your attention.
Well, it certainly worked. Arrasta fan.
Master
Take
Luke.
your hands off me now. We need to talk
Samuel, leave us.
about many things. Beth, Mad Dog Priest, but they can wait. This can't. You're selling swill milk, Luke. You're killing our cows. You say you're growing the business.
I am. That's why I need the damn money.
But I see you running it into the ground.
I admit, since I've had my mind on this deal, I've let things slip. I've trusted Samuel too much, and he's let us down.
I see.
Where's the money, Meg?
Safe. Safer than it was shoved under the floorboards.
I need it now.
When our father entrusted me with that money, he made me swear not to part with it unless I was sure it was the right thing to do.
Mum have much to say about that?
From all I've seen here, I'm not sure at all.
Well, let me show you then. There, across the street. What do you see?
A dairy? I.G. Jones and Son. That's the one we're buying?
One of them. Jones owns 3. This one, 2 smaller ones, Bethnal Green and Mile End. We're buying them all. Job lot.
Looks big. Bigger than ours.
It is.
What's the IG stand for?
Yolo Gethin, I think.
Yolo Jones. I've heard that name.
Probably from Dad. They used to know each other. Started up at the same time. Yolo's a foreigner.
Foreigner?
From Monmouth.
Where's he keep his cows?
Yard in Brick Lane, near the Truman Brewery. Very convenient for the feed.
Can we go and talk to Mr. Jones?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Not look, he's got a top-notch cowman, Cardi. Been with him forever. I can use him. Get rid of the old Jew, so you must not breathe a word of this to Samuel. Meg, you promise me?
I promise. How about the son?
What son?
I.G. Jones and Son?
There isn't one. It's just his fancy. 2 or 3 daughters back on the farm, but, well, you know.
What do I know?
Women, aren't they?
It looks like it's thriving.
It is. Good location. Very profitable indeed.
Why is he selling it?
Yolo's broke. Personally. Not the dairy. He's desperate for money.
Broke how?
Gambling. Can't help himself. He owes hundreds of pounds to a Jew gangster name of Moses Lipsky. Vicious bastard.
So, we buy Yolo out.
Rock bottom price. Still a lot of money, of course.
He settles his debts.
Maybe.
Maybe. What choice does he have?
Well, he pockets the cash, hops a ship to America, starts a new life. Yeah. He hasn't decided yet. You happy now?
Clean off the chicken, Cachi. He'll be as good as new. All there. Shoo! Go on, shoo.
Oh, Meg. I'm so sorry.
What for? Luke? Luke, what's wrong? What have you done?
Mum should have said. She was supposed to tell you before you left.
Tell me what?
There's a great deal of money here.
All Mum and Dad ever saved their entire lives.
More.
More? How can there be more?
We borrowed. We had to meet Jones's price. We were £100 short.
We borrowed £100. Who from? Oh, Luke. Not Mad Dog Priest.
Priest loaned it to us on the condition.
Mum sold me to that man.
No, Meg, it's not like that.
It is. It's exactly that. This is Mum's doing. Dad would never do this. My own mother sold me like a milk cow or a cart horse or a whore to that evil man.
We all have to make sacrifices for the sake of the family, like I do every single day.
You?
Stuck here, far from home, speaking a foreign tongue, labouring like a Hebrew slave in this
I won't
alien
do it.
place.
I'd rather die.
You have to marry him. A contract was signed by Mum, Dad and Priest.
Dad must have been drunk.
He probably was, but you refuse. We forfeit the farm.
What?
We'd be destitute. Homeless. Can you see Dad sleeping under hedges? Beth begging for bread? Priest is not so bad, Meg, really. Those rumours, they just talk. You must go back.
No. No.
You have to, Meg. You have to go home. Tomorrow. And marry Mad Dog Priest.
Luke?
Only me.
Don't look out in the dark, Samuel.
If you're to get to Paddington for that early train...
I'm all packed.
Did you sleep?
I played patience. A virtue I'm told I should cultivate. By Mam, the most impatient woman in Wales. Where is Luke?
He hasn't come home yet.
He can't face me, not even to say goodbye.
I'll take your bag.
Careful.
I hope it's not loaded.
Of course it's... You know about the gun?
I saw it on your bed. It's Johnny's gun, isn't it? The one he got playing poker with Wyatt Earp.
Dad told you that fairy tale too, did he?
No, I was there when he won it.
What are you doing here?
Lipsky here still?
You're supposed to be on a boat to America now.
I've been out all night thinking about it. I can't go.
Why not?
Oh, Annie Fach. I don't know a soul in America. I'd be all alone.
No, I'll be there too. I'll follow in a few days, just like we planned.
I can't be a stranger in a strange land.
Everyone in Whitechapel was that once, including me. We can start a new life in America.
Welshman!
What's this?
I've given up on you. I was all set. Ah, well, what does it matter? You are here now. You got my money?
Yes.
Ah. I'll count it later. If you're short...
I'm not. It's all there.
You look sick. I got a room in Flowerdean Street. We'll go there. I'll make you forget all this.
Welshman, all this geld. You want a chance to win it back?
The £20 I gave you for America, where is it?
No, you're not losing that too.
It's my money.
I don't care. You're not having it. Not now.
How can I win it back? You've taken my every last penny.
Oh, well. Mazel tov. Go in peace.
Oh, thank God.
Look, we could always make it double or quits.
They'll be milking now.
They will. Meg, forgive me for being so bold, but if I may say, you seem reconciled.
To what?
Getting married.
Why would you think that?
You're going back. Earlier than planned.
My brother made me promise not to speak to you of this. I don't know why I am speaking of it, but... My betrothed, a man twice my age, name of Mad Dog Priest, is... He's not a husband I have chosen for myself. This is not a love match, Samuel.
So it was with my wife. My mother arranged it with the shadchan, then told me the date of my wedding.
What's a shadchan?
A dealer in livestock.
Eh?
A matchmaker. I was 20, my bride was 16.
Were you happy? Was she? Did you love each other?
Who knows from love? Guess she died of the White Plague 7 months and 9 days after our wedding.
Oh.
My mother went back to the shotgun and demanded a refund. And I fled here to London, where I met your father.
Was Giza?
Yes, sir.
Was she pleasing to you, Samuel? For those few months? Did you find her pretty?
It was 43 years ago, in a different world to this. A world you cannot imagine, and I barely remember. I have no photograph of Geshe, no painting. Sometimes when I lay in bed at night, I try to picture her face. I believe she was pretty, yes. In my memory, she is forever pretty. And we were happy for that time.
When I lay in bed at night, I can picture the face of the man I'm to marry very clearly indeed.
Yes?
It is the face of a man I despise, who makes my skin crawl. An evil man, who quotes the Bible, but who defiles his maidservants, then dismisses and ruins them. Who drove his wife to suicide when she demanded a divorce.
Right.
That is my fiancé.
So why go back?
A contract has been signed. A sum of money has changed hands, a very large sum. If I refuse to marry this man, my family forfeit the farm.
You lose when Culver?
You see the calamity that would be? We lose the farm, we lose the dairy. It would mean ruin for us all.
Where was your dear father in all this?
Sleeping off yesterday's hangover, working on today's.
Johnny always liked to drink.
I love my father, Samuel. I know he loves me, but these last years he loves the bottle more.
This large sum of money, what do you suppose it is for?
Another matter Luke forbade me to talk of with you. He's buying another dairy.
Oh! He told you that?
He did more than tell me. He showed me.
Which dairy is Luke buying?
I promised him I wouldn't. What difference can it make now? I.G. Jones and Son, on Brick Lane. You know it?
Very well.
We must get on, Samuel.
Did you meet Mr. Jones?
No. Samuel, please. I shall miss my train. Samuel, where are you going?
To take you to meet Mr. Jones.
Help you, miss.
I hear I.G. Jones i berchen ar y llath.
Oedd. Pwy sy am wybod?
Curious, that's all. I was passing, saw the name. Thought I'd look in.
You're a cardie.
And you're from Monmouth way, right?
Looking for a job, are you?
Why would you think that?
A young Welsh woman in London. Thought you might be wanting dairy work.
I'm wanting to hear a voice from back home.
Ah.
Instead, I get a bloody Monmouth man. Tidy little shop you got here.
Not so little, but diolch anyway.
Trade good?
Booming. Sure you don't want a job? I could use a girl like you.
What's that then?
Sturdy.
Oh, well, there's gracious for you.
Hard-working, used to farm work. I see that from your hands.
You know Luke Evans, the dairyman?
Johnny Llwyn Culver's son.
If you say so.
Not much of a dairyman, by all accounts.
Oh, now why say something nasty like that?
Evans' dairy's on the skids.
No.
Can't feed their cows, can't pay their workers, selling milk from the black cow.
Malicious tittle-tattle, that is. You shouldn't pay it mind.
Losing money and customers hand over fist they are. And it's not tittle-tattle, it's common knowledge. Only old Samuel holding it all together. That Hebrew, he's a real treasure. I tried to get him to come to work for me many times, but too fond of Johnny.
Has Luke Evans been in here ever?
To buy a decent quart of milk, you mean? Not so far as I know.
You haven't been talking to him then?
Me? Talk to Luke Evans? Why would I want to do that? Unless it was to buy Evans' dairy. Now there's an idea. I'm always looking to expand. Bought 2 other dairies already. State Evans' dairy's in, I'd pick it up for a song, don't you think?
I think Evans' dairy is not for sale, to you or anyone else. Do you have a cowman? Cardi owns a quarter share of this place.
Where do you hear that, lol? Only one owner here, and you're talking to him, wasting his time.
If that's your attitude, I'll be on my way.
You're Johnny's daughter, aren't you? Not the one who's soft in the head, the other one.
She's not soft in the head.
Megan, right?
You knew that all along, didn't you?
Only when you brought up your wastrel of a brother. You staying in Whitechapel a while, Megan Bach? Because if you are, come to Bethania Chapel and hear me preach. Otherwise, remember me to your father.
You saw Jones?
I did. Can't say I took to him particularly.
But it was useful?
Very. Luke gambles, doesn't he?
Did Jones tell you that?
Not in so many words.
Yes, Luke does.
He ought to know better. He used to play cribbage with me and Dad. Always lost. He's been losing here, hasn't he? That's what the money I brought from Llwyncolfa's for. Not to buy a dairy, to pay off my idiot brother's gambling debts. Am I right, Samuel?
I believe you are, yes.
Luke owes it all to a Hebrew gangster called Moses something.
Moses Lipsky. Surely Jones didn't tell you that.
Jones didn't tell me anything. Luke did.
Samuel, I know you're there. I can hear you breathing. Now light the damn lamps, will you, before I break my bloody neck.
Better?
What are you doing here?
Sit down.
You were supposed to go home this morning.
Sit, Luke. Now. I paid a call on Iolo Jones.
Oh, Meg, no.
Tidy dairy he's got.
I warned you not to do that.
You've never even met the man.
What? What? No, of course I met him. We close the deal tomorrow for all 3 dairies. And whatever Iolo told you, Meg, he was being cagey, that's all.
Everything you told me about him, his enslavement by the card table, his grievous losses, the Jewish gangster he owes it all to, that's you, Luke.
Now look, Megvach.
Don't you Megvach me. I feel a fool for not seeing through you before. But you're my brother. You tell me a thing is true, I believe you.
So you should.
You've driven our family to the brink of ruin. Lost every penny we ever earned. Because you're bloody hopeless at cards.
I had a run of bad luck, that's all.
Does Mum know what the money is really for?
No. How could I tell her?
She believes it's to buy Iolo Jones's dairy.
Yes.
And she was willing to sell me to Mad Dog Priest for that.
That's really not how she saw it.
Your plan to run away to America? When were you going to tell her about that? Because you know that would break what passes for her heart.
I'm not going to America.
No?
Oh, Meg, you know me. I'm not cut out to be an immigrant.
What do you think you are here then? A cockney?
I can go home from here.
You can, Luke. You can go home. And that's what you must do. Flee this place with all its temptations. Get away from Moses, whatever his name is, and go back to Llwyncolfa, where all is clear as the waters of the Tavy. Work on the farm. Look after Mum and Dad and Beth.
We're not on the brink of ruin.
Are we not?
We're over it, Meg. We're in the abyss. We're at the bottom of the abyss.
What are you telling me, Luke?
I wanted to put it right. I felt it was my duty to put it right. So I thought if I could win it all back, the full sum, if the cards fell my way, I could repay the money and save you from Mad Dog Priest. And I felt lucky. I did. And the cards did fall my way, Meg. They really did. For a few hands there, they almost did.
What did you lose?
Everything.
I don't know what that means.
All the money you brought from home. Well, I'd lost that before the course. And this place, Meg. I lost all this on the turn of a single card.
Oh, Luke. You lost the dairy?
I have to take the deeds to Moses Lipsky tomorrow, or I'm a dead man.
Morgan Evans Dairy, Commercial Road, Whitechapel, London. Saturday, 5th of May, 1894. Dearest Dad and Mum, my darling Beth,
I am writing to you now. To tell you your lives are over. Did you find your lady friend?
No. And Miss Annie Riley is no friend of mine.
She was here in your bed 2 nights ago. Isn't that being friendly? You'll have to say goodbye to her in a letter.
I wasn't seeking her to say goodbye.
Oh, I thought...
I'm looking for the little slip-hog because she has £20 of my money.
Your money?
Our money. Family money.
How did she manage that?
I gave it her for safekeeping. It was for when we got to America.
She was going too?
And when I asked for it back yesterday, she refused. Why'd you laugh?
If she had given you the money, who would have it now? Us or your Hebrew gangster friend?
Moses Lipsky is not a friend.
You're shedding friends today like a dog sheds fleas.
Should I post that letter?
Nothing to post. I haven't written it.
You were sat there sucking that pen when I went out.
I start writing. In my mind's eye, I see Mam opening it, excited, expecting word of our new dairy. Her fondest hope bearing fruit at last. Then, when she's recovered from the blow, if she ever does, having to break the news to Dad and Beth, explain that the prodigal son has wagered everything away, that their lives are turned to chaff and ashes, that there can be no safety or comfort in this world any more. You think they should learn that from a letter?
No. Well, when you put it like that.
You must tell them.
But why me?
Seriously?
No, Meg. We have to tell them together. They'll take it better from the two of us. No, we break it a man first,
I'm
then
not
she helps us.
coming with you tomorrow.
Well, why not? There's nothing for you here.
I'm staying on. Tie up the loose ends.
All the ends are in others' hands now.
The yard, for one thing, the cows, the hens.
Look, the yard goes with the dairy. The stock is not our concern anymore. The cows will go to the slaughterman. I'll wring the chickens' necks myself.
I raised those cows.
See sense, girl. And when I hand over the deeds to Lipsky tonight...
You? No, you're not going there ever again. I shall do that.
Whoever does it. Soon as he owns the dairy, which by tomorrow he will, Moses will do one of two things. Sell it off prompt for a quick profit, probably to Yolo Jones.
No.
Or turn it into another club. Commercial Road's a prime site, better than Fashion Street.
He's not getting the tiles.
What tiles?
Dad's beautiful tiles, with views of Wales.
I'm pretty sure Moses Lipsky won't want views of Wales.
Nor is Yolo bloody Jones getting neither. I'll take a hammer to them first. See you tomorrow, Mrs. Tanner.
Cheerio, Duck.
Give my best to Augustus.
Thank you, I shall. Luke,
Annie!
I hear you're looking for me.
I am. You know why?
You want me to leave you two alone?
Yes.
No, I'm here to see you.
Me?
Last time we met, you called me a whore, which I may be because sometimes I'm forced to sell the only thing of value I possess, but I am not a thief, and I'd not have you think me one.
There's a surprise.
Nuh-uh. This is for her.
But I gave it to you.
It's all there.
Thank you, Annie Riley.
I only kept it because...
I know why you kept it.
I begged Luke to quit the table so many times. He never would. Not even when I warned him Moses cheats.
He cheats?
So she says.
When the stakes are high, and they were always high when Luke played.
Cheats how?
He pays the tarts who hang around the players to peek at their cards. They signal him. I've seen him doing it.
Hardly subtle, then.
No call to be subtle. Men turn stupid when they have cards in their hands and a pretty woman in view.
Thank you, Annie Riley.
Don't mention it. See you, Luke.
Bye.
Shouldn't you have told her you're leaving tomorrow?
Well, you know what she is. She said it herself. She'll find someone else soon as I'm gone. I should take that £20 for Mum and Dad. It'll soften the blow.
£20 will barely make a dent in their misfortune. We need more. A great deal more. Samuel?
Meg?
Come with me to Moses Lipsky's gambling club this evening.
To hand over the deeds for the dairy?
No, to play cards.
How do I look?
Pale as a ghost.
Better?
Now a ghost with red cheeks.
You believe I can accomplish it?
I believe Johnny could. I know he could. It's how he got the money to buy the dairy.
My father got the dairy by cheating at cards.
Better say by playing cards, since no one ever saw him do it. So if Johnny taught you well...
Oh, I believe he taught me well. I hope he did. But we played for fun.
7.
9! Ay, 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 it's my lucky night. Your luck will change, I feel it.
Excuse me. This chair free?
Who's deal?
I said, is this chair free?
Look around, Shiksa. What do you see?
An empty place at your table?
Try again.
I see ragged men with hopeful faces, hazarding their hard-earned coin on the turn of a card, losing mostly. And I see one fellow who seems to have all the luck.
Young men. You see many women holding cards?
Women in the room?
Not seated at tables. Look, there's a band playing next door. Go dance. Maybe I'll join you later.
You don't play cards with women?
Everyone in?
Afraid you'll get beat?
Go keep it somewhere else.
£20. Gold sovereign.
Anyone mind if the Shiksa joins us?
No. Oh! What you playing?
Shemmy. Know it?
I think so. If not, I'll pick it up as we go. Mind if I shuffle?
Be my guest.
Oh! Clumsy me.
You play often?
Quite often, with my dad.
Your dad?
On the farm.
It just gets better.
Not Chemmy, though. Snip, snap, snorer. Bit of a card sharp, my dad, when he was young. He's old now, a lot older than my mum. Oh, don't stand behind me, dear. Put me off. Up at my father, Johnny Llwyn Colfa, he swept her off her feet. Married her. She was 17, he was 50. Cut the cards, Mr. Lipsky, so you know I'm not cheating. Shall I deal?
Amuse us. Eight.
9. You lose again. No need to look worried, Moses Bach. Do you mind moving this? You're blocking my light. Your luck will be back soon, sure as night follows day.
I'm sure it will.
So, why don't we double the stake?
8.
9.
You think you're clever?
Clever? No, lucky. Like you often are, only not tonight. If this really is all the cash you have on the premises, I'll take an IOU for the rest.
Leave it.
I beg your pardon?
You cheated.
No.
Leave that coin where it lies.
Speak up if you saw me cheating. This is mine, one fair and square.
Esha! Boss. Throw the gonif out.
Look, I don't want any trouble.
Big gun for a little girl.
Lucky I'm not a little girl.
I'm sure you can hold it steady.
Steady enough to hit a farmyard rat at 40 paces. Not much left of the rat, mind. Samuel?
Me?
Gather up my winnings, would you please?
How far do you think you'll get?
Don't be a bad loser, Mr. Lipsky. Even you can't win all the time. Take a lesson from these fine fellows here. Do you make a fuss when you lose? Do you bellyache and bluster? No. Nor did my brother Luke, who lost so heavily here.
You're the Welshman's sister. I should have known.
These honest, industrious young men. Regulars, right? Here every night. This is their home from home.
So?
I see them watching us now, thinking, if no one ever gets to win in this establishment, or if when you do win, you're stopped from taking your prize, why bother playing? Why bother coming here at all? Don't you bother with that IOU. I'll hold on to our old dairy instead. Got my winnings there, Samuel?
Every shekel.
Night, Moses Bach.
Wait! That gun. 10 shilling for it.
Sorry, Moses, I can't.
15 bob.
It's a family heirloom.
A guinea.
It's not mine to sell. My dad won it in a poker game from some famous American.
By cheating? Like you? Walk out with the money. Keep it for now. But I promise you I shall get it back. Every shekel.
Friday, June 15th, 1894. Dear Dad and Mum, my dear brother Luke, and of course my darling Beth. Forgive me for not writing for a while. Things have been hectic here these last weeks, and I have scarcely had a moment to gather my thoughts. I do believe trade is getting a little better at last. I will not lie to you, though. The dairy is still struggling. Our survival still very much touch and go. It occurs to me that £100 I gave Luke to pay Mad Dog Priest would have made all the difference. Though, of course, I am glad that debt has been repaid. Glad to have that man off our backs and out of our lives. If Luke can send us those cows next month, as promised, the milk here should flow more freely again. Bolt the door, Samuel. Turn the sign to closed.
With pleasure.
I believe we've both earned a cup of tea.
Oh, I forgot. A letter came for you from Schlinkolver.
Ma'am, ticking me off for not writing, no doubt? Oh, do. It's not from Mum.
Oh, surely that's her hand.
It is. Mum's wrote down the words, but they were spoken by Beth.
Good news?
Beth believes so. She tells me she's the happiest girl in Wales because she's engaged to be married to Mad Dog Priest.
How can it be possible? Barely a month ago his heart was set on marrying you.
It appears that in courting me, his many visits to Llwyncolfa, he fell in love with Beth without realising it. It was only when I rejected him that the scales fell from his eyes.
Oh, the man is...
A monster.
I was going to say fickle.
Priest proposed to Beth 3 days ago, with a ring and a fine bouquet of flowers and a grey cob pony, which Beth says she's calling Tyrion. Gentle. There's irony for you.
Ah.
She sounds very excited, though I would say more by the pony than the man.
She's old enough to marry?
17, 18 in a few months, so in years, yes. She'd need our parents' consent, but I doubt that would be a problem. Oh, Samuel, what am I to do? Morgan Evans Dairy, Commercial Road, Whitechapel, London. Sunday the 15th of July, 1894. Dear Dad, Mum, Luke, but this time not my dearest Beth. This letter is not meant for Beth's ears, so Mum, please, do not read it to her. Summer has come to Whitechapel at last. Through all those cold, wet spring days, I longed for the warmer weather, but now... Our great thoroughfare itself is not so dire, though dust from the ever-flowing river of carts and carriages gets into everything. Stray off the highway, though, into the warrens and rookeries, lanes lined with common lodging-houses, sweatshops where pale men and women toil 18 hours a day. The stench makes you gag. Luke knows it. I dare say Dad remembers it too. It makes me long for Llwyncolfa. Sweet air, hale animals, the salt tongue of the sea. I hear Mum's voice raised in protest now, and she's right. All this guff is just to put off telling you about the dairy, which, in spite of all my efforts and ingenuity, sustains its unrelenting decline. Cows ail, credit abates. Truly, we cannot carry on. 2 weeks, a month at the most, I shall be compelled to sell up and return home. Samuel, of course, remains a great support. I couldn't manage here without him. But he alone is not enough.
This is the only way?
Only merciful way. There. Oh, there. Oh, come, my along now. Come along, carry on. Don't be scared. Here. Over the drain. So when she falls and bleeds...
Oi, oi.
Steady now. Hold her. Step back.
Oi, oi, oi. Pie man or cat's meat man?
Pie man first. Cat's meat man can scavenge what's left. Oh, Samuel, how I hate doing this. At home I'd have nursed her back to health, but here...
Only 18 left now.
And 4 of those are sick.
Is it enough?
You know very well it's not enough.
So what can we do?
Do you people believe in miracles?
That is terrible enough. But I believe we, our family, are facing an even more desperate dilemma, which is the real reason I am writing now. I mean Beth and Mad Dog Priest. I fervently believe my sister is too innocent and naive, too young to marry anyone now, no matter how much she desires it or believes she does. As for Mad Dog Priest, you know well what I think of that odious man, what I know he has done, yet still you persist. The melancholy truth is, I have only so much fight left in me now. Not enough to do battle here amid the alien corn to preserve our family business, and to do what you should be doing at home to save Beth. So, I mean to sell the dairy for the best price I can get, probably to Iolo Jones. Then return to Llwyn Colfa to rescue my dear sister.
Afternoon, Samuel.
Meg, how was Mr. Tetley?
Not happy. No more credit till we settle our account. We'll have to buy our tea from some other merchant for now. Stand back then. Let's have a proper look. Most impressive. You must have spent all morning lettering that. What does it say?
Fresh milk sold here.
Of course it does.
It's in Yiddish. I felt we should make a bid to attract more Jewish customers.
Plenty of them around.
Is it satisfactory, you think?
Fresh milk sold here. Well, it's on the front of the shop, so there's no need to say here. Or fresh, actually. I should hope that's obvious. Or sold. I mean, we'd hardly be giving it away, would we? I like the word milk, though.
I'll change it.
Samuel, I'm pulling your leg. It's a splendid sign. I'm sure the children of Israel will come flocking in, just like when they were crossing the Red Sea. Yiddish, you say?
The only language never spoken by men of power.
No, that's Welsh too. Now I'm parched. Make me a cup of tea, will you, Samuel Bach? While we still got some left. I'd never met an actual Jew before I met you.
So you think?
So I know. How could I have done? Before I came here 2 months ago, I'd never been further than Tregaron. Never been to Tregaron?
I've never had that pleasure.
No, I doubt many of our people have had it either. Hebrews are like hen's teeth in West Wales.
So you think?
You keep saying that.
Didn't your father ever tell you? The Welsh are the lost tribe of Israel.
No.
The 13th tribe, yes.
So we're Jewish.
It's a fancy, Meg. A fairy tale. Though Johnny loved telling it, he said it made him feel connected.
Oh, I'd like to be Jewish. I mean, if I wasn't Welsh, of course. Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Miss Riley, I haven't seen you for ages. What can I do for you?
Luke back yet?
Back?
From Wales. Queen Clover or whatever it's called.
I'm afraid Master Luke's not back yet. No.
Luke's not coming back.
What do you mean he's not?
Ever.
No. No. That can't be true.
My brother was never happy in Whitechapel.
He was. He is. I make him happy.
Luke was not himself here. He turned himself dissolute and debauched. Fell into evil ways.
If you're talking about the gambling, I tried
Not
to
only
stop...
the gambling, everything here.
That boy's my whole world.
I love my brother. I've loved him since the day we were born. But I know he has room in his heart for only one love. The enduring passion of his life.
Who is she?
Luke sees the face of his beloved in the glass every morning when he shaves.
That's a cruel thing to say.
My advice, Annie Riley? Forget Luke. I'm sure there are many other men in Whitechapel only too willing to help you lick your wounds.
You really are a cold-hearted witch.
And you're a common whore. Now get out of my shop.
With pleasure.
I can't believe Luke ever sunk so low.
Sin or starve.
What's that?
Sin or starve. The choice many young women in Whitechapel are obliged to make. Newcomer and native, Jew and Gentile alike. Virtue comes easy when you have a full belly and your name above the door of a shop.
Are you scolding me, Samuel?
I'm chiding you, Meg. Gently, for your unworldliness.
No one is making that woman sell her body.
Since she must eat and has no other commodity to sell, what else would you have her do?
Sew shirts, launder clothes, cut shoe leather?
She does, when she can.
How do you know that?
Didn't you see her hands? Work is slack now, Meg. Wages are low. Women work and starve. Men, too. Show a little compassion. Takings down again.
Samuel?
And the horse threw a shoe yesterday. Harry had to take him to the smith.
Samuel, lift your head. Well, what do you think?
I think at this rate we've got 3 weeks...
The hat, Samuel, the hat. Oh, for pity's sake, this is a brand new hat I'm wearing. The first I've ever owned.
Ah, right. Of course it is. I think it looks
Yes?
expensive.
Well, it wasn't. It hasn't cost me a penny yet. Aaron Levy made it for me. I said I'd pay him next month.
Why the need for a new hat? Or indeed any hat at all?
For chapel.
I see. It's an investment.
Exactly.
You're going to pray for a miracle.
Your Lord Jones is preaching at Bethania this Sunday. In English, of course. I've heard a few things, so I thought I'd take another look at the man, see what he's about.
Fear of want forced us to leave our beloved families, to come and toil among the heathen in this place of darkness and damnation.
Oh, Lord.
But the eye of the Lord is forever upon those that fear him, those that hope in his mercy. He will deliver their soul from sin. Miss Evans, this is a surprise. Enjoy my sermon, did you?
Sounded a bit thin, I thought, though that's probably just the English. You should try preaching in Welsh.
Let's step aside. Morgan Evans' dairy is finished. Your credit is drying up even faster than your milk.
Why would you say lol like that? On a Sunday, too.
We fish in the same pools, and people talk, even when they know they should not.
I've noticed that, too.
Look, it's a sin to do business on a Sabbath.
Yet here we are.
But I have to tell you, tomorrow I go away for a few days to visit my family in Wales.
You don't really believe Monmouth's in Wales, do you?
Before I leave, I'm going to make you an offer for your dairy.
Generous?
Generous enough, given its parlous state. Here. Put it away. Open it later. Bore da, Mrs. Llewellyn. I'll be with you directly. It's not an opening bid. Take it or leave it. I'll call on you when I'm back.
Tell Moses this must stop. He's bleeding
You
us
need another
dry.
turn from the yard.
Clear out of here quick. I'll be back.
Hey, you there! Wait! I know him. He's one of Moses Lipsky's gang, isn't he?
I wouldn't know about that.
He is. He was at Lipsky's club the night I won the money. What did you give him?
Nothing. Oh, nothing. I didn't...
I saw you, Samuel. You slipped him coin.
Oh, that, yes. That was his change.
You are Whitechapel's worst liar, Samuel. The truth, now.
I was paying tax.
Tax?
Moses Lipsky levies tax, as he calls it, on some of the traders round here.
If you don't pay it?
Accidents occur.
Accidents?
Windows are broken. Fires start. Food is spoiled. Sometimes people get hurt.
You do know we're all but bankrupt.
Of course, I hate paying it. But I fear if I do not...
What other traders pay Lipsky's tax?
Apart from us, only Jewish ones. Jews fleeing the pogroms, so terrified of the authorities. Lipsky counts on his victims being more fearful of the police than they are of him.
Oh, well, he'll find I'm not fearful of the police. Or him. We shall not be paying his tax again, Samuel.
If you say so, Meg.
How long has this been going on?
A few weeks. Since you beat him at cards.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Ah, here she comes. Megan Evans, dairymaid, businesswoman, card sharp.
You're flogging a dead horse, Moses.
Oh, don't you mean a dead cow?
My dairy's in Queer Street. I can't afford to pay your tax anymore, so I'm not paying it.
Yes, you are. Because you rooked me.
Did I? How did I manage that? Did you see me? The cards didn't fall for you, Moses. Yet you kept on playing. Whose fault is that?
You gulled me, Megan Evans. I didn't see you do it, but I know you did. You made me look a fool. In my own house. So, I'm going to have my pound of flesh. If I have to carve it out of your heart.
Then you need to join Q.
Gotcha.
Get off me! Oh,
Oi, Gerard.
yes, you great.
Megan.
Samuel!
What are you doing here, Meg? It's gone midnight. I almost... Oi.
Come here sometimes to be alone. Only place in Whitechapel I can think. What are you doing here, Samuel? Why the bludgeon?
Harry says someone's been sleeping in the cowshed. I thought I'd surprise them. It's not you, is it?
No, never. When a Lipsky's gang? Setting a fire? Poisoning the feed?
I doubt Lipsky even knows of this place. When he sends someone, it'll be to the dairy. Drink?
What is it?
Cold tea.
I shall miss this yard. More than the dairy itself, even.
You are going to sell then?
I don't see I have a choice. And at least if I go home, I can stop Beth marrying that vile man, which no one else there seems minded to do.
Meg, you cannot sell your father's business to Yolo Jones.
His offer's an insult, I know.
A calculated insult.
But if it's the only offer on the table...
It's not the amount.
What is it then?
Many years ago, before you were born, Yolo Jones was going to marry your mother.
No. No, Samuel, that's not right. How could they meet? Yolo Jones comes from bloody Monmouth.
They met here in Whitechapel.
Mum was in Whitechapel.
They were engaged. Mary, your mother, and Yolo. Mary was 16, beautiful as Bathsheba.
You met her?
Yolo was smitten, thought she was the love of his life. Then your father saw her, as David saw Bathsheba. He fell in love and carried her away. The day of her wedding.
Yes, Maur. Why have I never heard this before?
Oh, your father was a lot older than Yolo, of course. So handsome. Johnny was a man who knew what he wanted and generally got it.
This is Yolo's revenge? Almost 30 years later?
I believe it is, yes. Which is why you can never sell the dairy to him. Your father's honor is at stake.
Thank you for the history lesson, Samuel. I'm going to Lehman Street as soon as it's light to report Moses Lipsky. Meet me there.
No. Lipsky targets his own. Only the poorest Jews at that.
Exactly what I told her, Sergeant.
Sweatshops, cigarette rollers, rag dealers. That fetid ants nest round the back of Brick Lane. Commercial roads, well off his patch.
Look, Sergeant Wensley.
Fred, please. Why's Moses picking on you? That's the mystery. You done something to gall him?
There's the little matter
Certainly
of...
not. First I heard of Moses Lipsky was when he started extorting money from me. What I wish to know from you, Fred, is what you mean to do about it. Shall you arrest him?
Megan. May I call you Megan? I've tried to arrest Moses Lipsky many times. Shall I lay out the problem?
Please. I've all the time in the world. My business is running itself while I'm here listening to you.
Very good. He always has an alibi. Always. Anything felonious happens, Moses is miles away with a dozen witnesses. Even if all Whitechapel knows he did it. Break his alibi, I promise. I'll look him up. And lose the key.
Takings are down again. You're not thinking of ending it all, are you?
What? Oh, the gun. No. I'm going to sleep in the yard tonight. Catch our mysterious intruder. I know now why Moses Lipsky and his kind prosper in Whitechapel. Are all police officers here such fools?
You may not have much regard for Fred Wensley, but he certainly thinks warmly of you.
What you on about, Samuel?
I may not be a Marvin in affairs of the heart, but I'm not blind. You made a conquest there, Meg.
Really? Well, that may prove useful. Wish me luck. Do? What's... Oh, no. You two? Stop that now! I warn you, I'm armed. Come out of there. Clear off, quick. Move into the moonlight. Here, now go, before...
Knew I should have had him pay in advance. You didn't wing him, did you?
No, I fired to miss.
Pity. He was a rough-handed bastard.
How did you get in here?
Luke lent me a key when I had nowhere to kip. Never asked for it back. Here. You don't have to look at me like that.
Like what?
Like I was something that fell out the arse of one of your cows. But if not for me, you wouldn't have this yard. Or your precious dairy.
Really?
Your beautiful, foolish brother would have lost a lot at Lipsky's tables. You only got it because I held him back. I don't expect you to thank me.
Annie Riley.
You remembered my name. I'm flattered.
Thank you. Come back. Please.
Want a swig?
Does gin make the world a better place?
Makes you careless, it isn't.
Thank you. No. I don't like what it does to people. I shall have to sell my precious dairy. And this little bit of Wales we're sitting in now.
Who will you sell to?
A man called Iolo Jones.
Welsh, is he?
Actually, no. He's from Monmouth. You might know him.
Oh, yeah? How might I know him?
I heard he has a fondness for, you know.
Red-headed farm girls from County Clare?
You're a farm girl.
What, you thought I was born in a whorehouse?
Annie, I didn't mean that.
I was raised on a farm, same as you. Till our English landlord threw us off the year I turned 9. As for your Mr. Jones, I reckon I have heard of him. I think I know someone he knows. So, you're going to sell up and go home to Queen Clover?
Llwyn Colva. At least if I do, I can save my little sister Beth.
Save your sister Beth from what?
She set her heart on marrying a murderer and a rapist.
Any old murderer or rapist? Because we've got lots round here she could choose.
A man named Mad Dog Priest. Owns a neighbouring farm. Since I've been away, he's courted Beth, wooed her with fairy tales and flowers, wooed my mum, too. Beth is... she's a simple soul.
Luke told me she's not right in the head.
Luke doesn't know her. He's never tried to know her. You listen to my problems, Annie Riley? Now, you tell me yours.
Easy. No work. Regular work, so no money.
no grub, nowhere to lay my weary head. Like 10,000 girls round here.
Sin or starve. Come and work for me.
Are you offering me a job?
Hard work, long hours, low pay.
Whoa, don't sell it too hard.
You can sleep in the storeroom behind the shop for now.
And when you sell up, I'll be back on the tuppenny rope.
Play your cards right, you'll be a dairymaid by then. Part of the fixtures and fittings. The new owner will keep you on.
I milk the cow this came from myself.
The girl's a magic, I see. A real pistol. The customers like her, I like her, but Meg, we cannot afford another worker. We can barely pay the ones we have.
I told her she can stay.
You tell her she cannot.
I better go and help.
Samuel, help me fetch another churn, will ya? I like this billet. It's the cosiest I've had since I first came to Whitechapel, and you will not drive me out.
Annie, please. We simply don't have the money.
I know your secret, Samuel.
What? No.
Your big secret.
I don't know what you mean.
told me everything one night when he was drunk. Old Jewish fellow, who'd have thought it? Made me blush. I could barely believe my ears.
Let go of me.
Force me out of here, Samuel. I tell Meg everything. She doesn't understand. I draw her pictures. After that, who knows how things will be.
Soll sehen mit Masel.
Dank. Verschiedene Dank.
Samuel?
Gehen schnell.
Who's that woman?
No one, Meg. Truly, no one.
You gave her coin, Samuel.
Oh, it wasn't...
Don't deny it. I saw it.
Oh, Samuel, not again.
A shilling. My own. And a bissel bread and cheese.
Samuel, you know we are not paying Lipsky's tax anymore.
She wasn't from Lipsky. She was a greener.
She saw the Yiddish. Only words she understood since she got off the boat. She was looking for a friendly face.
And a soft touch.
What's a greener?
She arrived here on a boat from Hamburg 3 days ago. A week before that, she was in a shtetl in Poland, where she'd lived her whole life. That's a greener.
Why did she need assistance from you?
Oh, she hasn't eaten in days. She was going on to New York, where her husband is waiting for her, but she was robbed by a kindly, smiling Jew who offered her help.
A dockside crimp. Probably one of Moses Lipsky's gang.
The crimp took all she had. Not much in the first place.
Oh, fool. She should never have left Poland. Her kind.
Her
just...
kind? What kind is that?
Foreigners.
You mean Jews?
No, I'm not saying Jews. All sorts. They come here with their foreign ways, take our jobs, drive
Remind
down
me,
wages.
Annie Riley, where are you from again?
Anyway, she won't be staying. A week from now she'll be on a boat to Argentina, where she'll be forced to work. And it won't be in a dairy.
Sounds like you made a bad investment there, Samuel.
It was not an investment, Megan. She reminded me of Gessia. They all remind me of Gessia.
Gessia?
His late wife.
Samuel? Married?
Well, a long time ago, his mother paid someone to...
Moses Lipsky sends his regards.
Yes, see, Maud. Annie, a knife. Quick!
Eh?
Tell Moses Lipsky he can burn in hell.
What?
He's not getting my money. Show your big ugly face here again. I'll stick you with this. Tell him I've been to the police. They're coming after him. They're going to put him away. They're just looking for an excuse. Annie, if this should ever happen again...
Yeah?
Give me the carving knife, not the butter knife.
It won't end there.
You never know. Meg was really scary. Maybe Moses will back off.
Moses will never back off. He can't be seen to lose. May I help you, sir?
I want a beaker of milk.
Oh, certainly, sir.
I want her to pour it, not you.
Annie, oblige the gentleman, will you?
Of course. Sir?
Being Jewish is not a sickness. You can't catch it from contact.
Still, better not to take the chance, eh? Oh, it tastes a little sour to me.
It was in the cow not 2 hours ago.
It's your mistress, then?
My mistress?
The proprietor of this dairy, Megan Evans, of Llwyn Culver.
No, she won't be back till later. Who shall I say was asking for her?
Tell her Madog Priest called, your future brother-in-law.
Stack them over there. Try not to fluster the chickens. It stops them laying.
Hey.
Samuel! Look, we have castle feed again. I slipped half a sovereign to a couple of draymen at the Black Eagle Brewery. Samuel? Samuel, are you all right? You look like you've run all the way from the dairy.
Yeah, I have. Meg.
Oh, do. Lipsky. What's he done now?
No, not Lipsky. Madog Priest.
He's in Whitechapel?
He was in the dairy just now. He says he wants to meet you.
Well, that is good news. Hello, Mr. Priest.
Oh, I thought you were never coming. My note said noon.
Did it?
I've been waiting over 2 hours.
Still, you can see the new bridge from here. A wonder, don't you think? I'm told it opens up, though I've yet to see it. Nothing like that in Wales.
I don't give a damn about the bridge.
No? You got my letter, then?
Well, that's why I came. I almost didn't. London is a long way to travel for a cordial conversation.
Not if you truly have the best interest of my sister at heart.
She's the only reason I'm here. My beloved Beth. I'm forced to admit that what you said in your letter is correct. Beth does worry that you disapprove of our union. She suspects you may dislike me.
Now, why ever would she think that?
Jealousy, perhaps?
Jealousy?
Well, she knows that you and I were unofficially betrothed and that I rejected you for her. Or it might be some misunderstanding about my first wife's sad demise. Well, whatever the cause, your perceived disfavour distresses Beth greatly.
Does it?
Frankly, Megan, it casts a deep shadow over what would otherwise be an entirely joyous occasion.
Oh, don't want any shadows, do we? Light and air, Mr. Priest, that's the order of the day.
Madog, please. We shall very soon be related.
So we shall, Madog. Since, whatever my views, Beth is an iron-willed young woman who always gets her own way. Please understand, Madog. I love my sister dearly.
As do I.
And I fear that no one at home, at Llwyn Colfa, I mean, truly has her best interests at heart.
Well, no, Megan, that is unfair.
Hear me out, Madog, if you will. I am not opposed to this union in any way.
Well, I'm greatly relieved to hear it. If surprised.
I was at first, I admit. I felt very strongly that Beth was unprepared, unfit for married life.
Oh, she's 17.
I don't mean in years, my dog. I mean in disposition, in temper. But now that I'm stuck here in Whitechapel, far from Llwyncolfa, so unable to look after Beth myself, my view has necessarily shifted. I feel relieved that someone else is willing to love and cherish my sister as I do.
Yeah, I do. I shall.
Oh, I am happy my sister has found herself a good man, a strong, steadfast man, who has been tossed on life's roughest seas and who has survived the tempest.
I don't quite understand what it is you're
Mum
trying...
and Luke, my father too, they don't know how to handle Beth. Her willfulness, her provocations, her rages, which I am the first to acknowledge can be fierce at times, ferocious, as you've probably seen.
Well, no. Actually, I haven't.
Her alternating bouts of mania and melancholy, unpredictable and unruly as the weather on the Welsh coast.
Why, I don't...
Mum resorts to chastisement. You may have noted the bruising on Beth's person, which of course only serves to make Beth's violence more intense. Luke, it shames me to reveal this, my dog, but you will be part of our family soon, so you have a right to know.
Oh, yes.
Luke tried to have Beth committed to the Denby Asylum.
To the asylum?
He had all the papers signed by doctors and everything. I stopped it, of course. How could I sleep at night with my sister locked away in that monstrous place?
No idea.
Beth doesn't deserve that, even at her worst, with all the fighting and biting, the sordid doings with the boys.
The boys?
We'll draw a veil over that. As for Dad, well, why do you think he drinks?
Help you, sir?
No, you cannot. Thank you, miss.
I'm sure we have nothing here this gentleman requires, since he has 3 dairies of his own. Mr. Jones?
Mr. Singer.
I'm afraid Miss Evans is out.
Oh, is she? Well, there's lucky, because I've come to speak to you, Samuel, alone.
Go and sweep the yard, would you, Annie?
Of course.
I don't often get this far up Commercial Road. I was surprised to find you still trading. You won't be, soon. A week, a month at most. Depending when Madam decides to stop throwing good money after bad. Tell me, Samuel, is she considering my offer?
Your offer for what?
Oh, Samuel.
The dairy's prosperous as ever. Meg's got no plans to sell up, if that's what you think.
Samuel, you can do better than that. When your mistress sells this place and skedaddles back to Wales, as she will, you'll be out on your ear. You're a good dairyman, Samuel. Best in Whitechapel. Megan knows it, I know it. Who else does? No one. That's who. Nice tiles. So, when Megan's all cosy in the bosom of her family, if I don't employ you, how shall you live? What work is there in Whitechapel for an old Jew? Sweatshops? They're for the young and hungry. You'll certainly be hungry, but you wouldn't last a week. Could you roll cigarettes, make matchboxes, dig ditches? No. It'll be the workhouse for you, Samuel, the grim grey Bastille. Little slice of hell on earth, so I'm told.
Does this fairy tale have a moral, Mr. Jones?
It does. I'll give you a job, Samuel, running one of my dairies.
Which one?
This one. Same pay as you're getting now, even a little more. And you can live over the shop again.
In return...
You tell me all Megan does and all she thinks about doing. Let me know if anyone else sniffs around this dairy. If they do, put Megan off them. Help me buy this place at the cheapest possible price. Do that for me, Samuel. No workhouse. As a sign of goodwill, tell me something I don't know.
Such as?
Such as, has Megan truly made up her mind to sell?
Yes, she truly has.
There. That wasn't so hard, was it? We'll meet again soon, Samuel. Very soon.
Don't look so forlorn. You did the right thing.
You shouldn't have been eavesdropping.
I wasn't, but your voices carry so. Clever. Getting in with our new boss.
That man is not our new boss.
Well, soon will be, though. When you get your position, Samuel, you'll still employ me, won't you? Because if you don't, I'm sure Meg'd like to hear about your tete-a-tete with Yolo Jones.
Well, Beth seems so biddable, so docile.
She is, my dog, most of the time. Though sometimes that's merely the calm before the storm. Did no one warn you of this?
Well, I never heard it till now.
Oh, surely my mum's.
Your mother never mentioned it at all.
Oh, my dog. I am so sorry. I assumed... Well, I might have expected Mum to play down Beth's aberrations a little, early on, so as not to frighten you off, but to allow you to become affianced and say nothing. That is so selfish of her. Oh, so unfair. On you and on Beth.
Yeah.
The only thing to do, my dog, is hold on tight to how you truly feel about Beth. How deeply you care for her. It means she has a chance.
A chance?
Of a normal life. Of some kind of happiness, even.
Well, this has all come as rather a shock. Can we talk of it again?
Oh, we must. Are you staying in London a while?
What, a few days. I'll be in touch. And thank you, Meg, for your directness and honesty. Thank you.
Oh, Samuel! His face! It was a sight to behold. He looked like hell yawned at his feet and he was peering down into it.
This is Mad Dog Priest we're talking about.
Indeed it is. Mad Dog Bloody Priest. That evil, depraved, wife-murdering bastard. I do believe I've seen him off.
He doesn't want to marry Beth anymore?
I'm not counting my chickens with a hatchet, Samuel. He needs a few days to stew. But when I left him, shivering and pale in the shadow of Tower Bridge, he'd have paid me 100 guineas to get as far as possible for my sweet, innocent, good-natured sister. Now there's a thought.
Meg, I didn't hear you come in.
Yet our voices carry so.
How was your Mad Dog Priest?
Docile, biddable. Pour us a beaker of water, Annie, will you? Oh, parched. I wonder, should I swim for breach of promise? Or would that be too much? Ta. Oh. Anything happened while I was gone?
No.
Yes. Yolo Jones called. Annie was in the back. She didn't see.
What did he want?
He offered me a position in one of his dairies.
Did he indeed? Which one?
This one.
I hope you accepted.
Of course.
Wise man, Samuel. Did you put in a good word for Annie?
Tell Moses Lipsky he can go to hell!
Yolo asked you to spy on me.
Threatening me with the workhouse, you call that asking? Another nail.
Sounds like you have a choice, Samuel. Sin or starve.
Fair. These planks make it look like we're closed. Fix the glazier.
Only if you do it on tick.
Had an accident, Miss Evans.
Moses, come to admire your handiwork.
I don't know what you mean. When you had this little accident, I was playing cards in my club.
When was that then?
Whenever I was playing cards in my club.
Color after you.
Mind your mouth, old man, or someone will shut it. £50, gold sovereigns. No more accidents. Deal.
What Samuel just said to you? That's my answer.
Ah.
The piety, the preaching, forever prating about his dear wife, his darling daughters. Yolo Jones is just too perfect.
Is this just you being cynical?
I'm not a cynic. I'm a romantic, me. Oh, go and wash some pots, you.
You got any proof?
Nothing to get him arrested.
What was that? Out in the yard?
Rat? Big rat. We buy from the same suppliers, you and me. I've been asking about him. Tactful, of course. He's a big name in the London milk trade. No one dares cross him.
I'm going out to look.
Take a lamp. It's black as a cassock out there.
Yes, yes.
All right, don't then, but don't blame me if you break your neck. I've heard things, though.
What have you heard?
Iolo Jones isn't all he cracks himself up to be.
That's hardly a crime.
It's not crimes I'm after, though I wouldn't say no to one.
You're after dirt.
Ask around, among your old friends and acquaintances.
The fallen women of Whitechapel.
See what you turn up, that's all.
I always wondered why you took me on, now I know.
Whatever do you mean?
I thought you gave me the job in spite of me being a whore. In truth, it's because of it.
Oh, Annie, that's not true. I hired you because I need an ally, another woman.
Samuel!
Oh, no. Lipsky. Bring the lamp.
Samuel lived in this part of Whitechapel?
He said near Prinstead Street, but I don't know the area.
Oh, lucky you.
I once paid a visit to Moses Lipsky's establishment.
I heard about that visit.
Isn't that round here?
Yeah, Fashion Street. We just passed it. Watch where you step.
Ugh,
Mary Jane Kelly died hereabouts.
Sorry to hear it.
Miller's Court, just along that alley. Annie Chapman, Sue. Ambury Street, that way.
Friends of yours?
No, I wouldn't say friends. We'd share a bottle of gin some nights in the 10 Bells. Mary was an handsome woman. 25 when she died. We spoke Welsh.
Really?
6 years ago now, those horrors. Oh, to credit. The awful fear. Coppers everywhere. Toffs trooping through. It seems so fresh. You've not got the foggiest what I'm on about, have you?
No, Oh, of course, the Whitechapel murders.
So, word of our Jack reached you in darkest Wales?
Reached everyone everywhere, didn't it? Zulus to Eskimos.
What? Mind yourself. Certainly put Whitechapel on the map. West End feigned an interest in the East End for a while. What number's Samuel?
17. Last thing Mum said to me, as I left home to come here 2 months ago, and I tell you, Annie, I was terrified enough. Better take care, Megs, she says. That Jack the Ripper fella, he's probably still about. And it's girls such as you he likes slicing up. Then she turned round and went back into the house. Didn't even wave.
Considerate woman, your man.
Very.
Here. 17. I need to knock.
They don't lock their doors round here.
There's nothing to steal.
Oh, really?
Hold your shawl over your nose.
I never smelled anything like this. Not even mucking out.
No drains. One pump in the yard serving the whole house. Whole court even. What do you think it will smell of? Lavender?
What's in there?
Sweatshop. 20, 30 people behind that door. Is it this floor?
I think so.
Try that door, with the Hebrew thing by it.
Samuel? Samuel, it's Meg.
And Annie, come to see how you are.
I brought you a few things.
Come in.
Samuel.
You shouldn't have come here, Meg. You shouldn't see me like this.
Oh, Samuel Bach, that doesn't matter. He really messed you up, didn't he?
Did you get a look at him?
Too dark. But he said something in Yiddish about not paying our dues as he was kicking me.
Let me lift your head a little. Get a look at that wound.
Oh, Moses Lipsky won't get away with this, Samuel. I swear I'll make him pay for what he did to you.
I don't see how.
No, we have to change that dressing.
Oh, please, leave it.
Is there any clean water up here?
I brought you some things. Bread and meat, beer, brandy for the pain. And if it gets really bad, Dr. Lynch gave me this new medicine. Better than morphine, he said. Heroin.
I'm going to go down to the yard and fetch some water.
You should have told me you were living like this. I had no idea.
Meg, please,
It's
look.
not right.
It doesn't matter.
It does, Samuel. Your family. Oh, Samuel Bach. We'll have you out of this rat hole very soon, I promise. Back in your old rooms, over the dairy.
When your Jons takes over.
No. Try to have a little faith. Those rooms over the shop were Samuel's home since my father left Whitechapel and went back to live in Wales. That's 25 years ago, easy.
Why did Samuel move out?
Mum sent Luke to take over running the dairy, and Luke kicked Samuel out. Mum's never liked Samuel. I don't know why. When Luke, he always does what Mum wants. Hey! Next time, look before you throw out your slops. I never dreamed Samuel had ended up somewhere like this.
You can find your own way home from here.
Of course. Why aren't you coming into work?
The inquiries you asked me to make.
About your Lord Jones?
I believe I'm onto something.
Don't keep me in suspense.
I need to talk to a few more of my low-life lady friends before I say any more. See you this afternoon.
Megan,
Mad Dog. Now there's a surprise.
can we talk? Not here.
I'm sorry, I can't be away too long. The local constabulary are calling soon.
Well, nothing serious, I hope.
We had some trouble. But that's not why you're here, is it, Mad Dog? You want to talk about my sister.
So, ever since you were so honest with me about Beth, I have been on my knees
On your... Oh, praying.
to our Lord for strength, guidance, some sign as to what I must do.
Mad Dog, I've been thinking about what I said. And I fear I made it sound worse than it is. Beth's really not so bad. The mania, the violent mania, she falls into it barely once a month. Then the melancholy comes upon her and she's... What were the words you used? Docile? Biddable? And as for what I said about boys, you mustn't
Megan,
think about that.
Megan, please. I know you only want the best for your sister. But the Lord has led me to the sad conclusion that I can't cope with a mad wife.
Beth's not mad.
I had one before. Fionn. You knew her.
A little, not well. Oh, Mad Dog, please don't tell me you mean to break off the engagement.
Well, it was never legal. I never made an actual promise.
That's not what I understood. Poor Beth will be quite undone by this blow. Oh, her troubled heart will be shattered. Oh, I don't know how Mum and Luke will cope with her. Oh. When do you return to Wales?
I haven't decided. Probably not for several days.
Good. That will give me time to write home and break this terrible news.
Oh, Megan, thank you.
I would go there and tell Beth myself, but too much here in Whitechapel demands my attention.
Yeah, of course.
Mad Dog, when you do go home, stay away from Llwyncolfa.
Well, if you think that's best.
For Beth's sake, for yours too. I believe it is.
Mr. Singer didn't get a good look at his assailant then, Megan.
No, Sergeant Wensley, I told you.
Fred, please.
It was dark. By the time I came out here with a lamp, his attacker had fled and poor Samuel was lying just there, battered and bleeding.
He told us the bastard said something, no?
You are?
Annie Riley. I was here with Miss Evans when it happened. When we spoke to Samuel earlier, he told us his attacker said something in Yiddish about not paying our dues.
So, one of Moses Lipsky's gang. There's no mystery here. Yesterday afternoon, Moses Lipsky threatened Samuel with violence outside the Sperry Dairy. Last night, he carried out that threat. You don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to solve this one, diolch Beth.
Moses will have an alibi for this, of course. He
So
always
one of his
does.
gang did it on his say-so. Can't you drag him down to Lehman Street and beat a confession out of him?
Megan, no.
Oh, don't pretend you don't do that.
That? Are you going to deal with Moses or not?
I most certainly am. I shall go down to Fashion Street and question him today.
Yes. That would just make him livid.
Leave it with me. Megan, I was wondering, may I call on you Sunday?
I'm sorry?
I thought we might walk out together to Victoria Park. There'll be a silver band.
I'm far too upset to think about that sort of thing now. Well, let's see how you deal with Moses first, shall we?
Right. Well, I'll bid you ladies good day. Megan, Miss Riley.
Sergeant. That copper's taken a shine to you.
Oh, kind of gig. I've put down dogs with more brains for being too stupid to house train. If I want something done about Moses Lipsky, I shall have to do it myself. Well, did your inquiries bear fruit?
Bitter fruit.
Let's go inside. You can tell me over a cup of tea.
If we're to talk of this, I need something stronger than tea.
Don't you know water is God's gift to man?
I know gin is God's gift to women. I've been round after knocking shops in Whitechapel these last 2 days. Spoke to the pavement princesses too. It's thirsty work and not exactly cheering.
Worth it, I hope.
Oh, yes.
So what you got for me, Annie? About Mr. Yolo Holy Jones?
He's got a Whitechapel wife.
What's that?
Also known as a watercolour wife, since they're so easy to wash away. Nance Barker. Pleasant enough woman. More comfortable than kissable, if you get what I mean. We used to work Dorset Street together before we both moved up in the world.
Let me be clear about this. Despite his piety, his preaching and his precious family back home, Yolo Jones is living in sin with a common harlot.
Was.
Was?
Seems he's washed her away.
Is that all? Because, scandalous as this is, and I'm sure the congregation of Bethania Chapel would be shocked to the core, I'm surprised it warrants a 4th glass of gin.
There's a child. Children. Nance had a daughter by Jones 3 years ago, which he declines to acknowledge, then a son, last month. She was certain he'd owned to the boy because it was his first. Till then he'd only fathered girls, both sides of the blanket. When he refused, claimed it wasn't his, they had a bust up and he threw her out. She's back on Dorset Street now with the 2 kids in a common lodging house. Do you know Dorset Street, Meg?
No.
Makes that rattle Samuel's living in look like the Savoy Hotel.
Can I talk to Nance Barker?
I don't see why not. Does all this mean you don't plan to sell the dairy?
Oh, of course I don't. I never did. I only let Samuel think that because it suited me to keep it quiet, and he's such a terrible liar. If this is good, Annie, I can use it. I confess, I was expecting something a little juicier.
Oh, I got juicier.
What?
Not Yellow Jones. That mad dog priest what's after marrying your sister.
Mad dog priest? I don't care about priests anymore. I've seen him off. I made him believe Beth's too mental
He's been
to marry.
trawling the brothels, Meg. Every house I went to, priest has been there first. After girls.
That doesn't surprise me. He's a vile man, rotten to the core. He raped his maid, got her with child, then ruined her. When his wife tried to leave him, he drove her to
I mean
self-slaughter.
girls, Meg. Young girls, 14-year-old, 12, younger. He's after children.
Seymour. I knew he was bad, but...
Meg, we have to stop him.
Sorry, I got enough on my plate.
No, Meg, we have to.
Annie, these girls, I feel sorry for them, but I don't know them. They're not my kith or my kid.
You're selfish and cruel.
And you're drunk, so I'll let that pass.
If you don't stop him, I shall. Goodbye, Meg. Hey, mister.
I'm not interested.
Mad dog priest.
How do you know my name?
Your fiancée.
Eh?
She's not really mad.
What did you say?
Beth from Queen Clover, Megan Evans' little sister.
Step out of the shadows, woman, where I can see you.
She's as sane as you and me.
I've seen you before, in Evans Dairy.
Meg lied to you about her sister being loony. To put you off.
Wait! Wait!
Oh. Sorry. Let me top that up. That'll be 4p, Mrs. Tanner.
There you go.
My regards to Augustus.
Thanks, love. Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Annie, thank the Lord. Harry's off with his back. Bron's at the yard. Get your apron on, quick.
I've come to pick up my things.
Annie, please, we'll talk later about Madame
I'm
Chris.
running through the back to pick up my things.
This is painful for you, I can see that.
I let myself out through the yard.
Annie? What things? Samuel, what are you doing here? You should be home in bed.
It's not a home. And I'm glad to be out of that stinking bed. I'll rest a minute. You carry on.
I have to go out for a while. Can you manage by yourself?
I managed for 25 years. Yeah, it's a quiet time now. I'll be fine. Where's Annie?
We had a row. She quit.
What?
I'll tell you about it later.
Well, some row it must have been. Annie loved working here.
She was in earlier. You didn't see her?
No.
She came to pick up her things. What things? I don't know. Oh, do. Undo my apron for me, Samuel. How do I get to Dorset Street?
Dorset Street? Don't go to Dorset Street.
I have to.
It's in the middle of the Spitalfields rookery. There, done. You end up in Dorset Street, you've really hit bottom.
Spare me the sermon, Samuel. Just tell me where it is. Know where I can find Nance Barker?
No idea, love.
I'm looking for a woman named Nance Barker.
Down there, I think.
Pop goes the weasel. Come on, little.
I like your singing.
You don't.
No, truly I do. Nance Barker?
Who wants to know?
I do. Meg Evans. Pal of Annie Riley.
That right? Hey, shh, shh, shh. See? Even he don't like my singing. Only settles when I stop.
Mind if I sit?
I don't own a step. How is Annie? I ain't seen her in a dog's age.
Annie's fine.
I heard she got some pimpsy job in a dairy.
I heard that too. That your little girl?
Yeah. Do you want to buy her? Only kidding.
What's her name?
Bloodwin.
Oh.
Don't ask me. I didn't choose it.
She doesn't take after you, does she?
Everyone says that.
She's the spit of her father, though.
You here from Yolo? You bloody are, ain't you? You're a bloody tough and all. I should have known.
No, Nance.
What's that bloody pinch fist want from me
I'm
now?
not here from your lot. Truly, I'm not. I'm here about your lot. I want something from him, same as you do.
What, you've borne his bastards too and you want his name?
You know you'll never get that, don't you? Yolo Jones cares too much for the esteem of others. And for his precious family back in Wales. Well, Monmouth. That's why he abandoned you. That's why you're on Dorset Street now. You could get something, though.
What?
Revenge.
I like the ring of that.
You could get a pimpsy job in a dairy, too. Like Annie, only a different dairy.
Yolo wouldn't let me work in his dairy when we was together. He'll never give me that.
No, but I will.
You?
I got one question for you, Nance.
Yeah?
How would you like to do some more singing?
I can't sing this. It's double Dutch.
Sing it in English, if you know the words. Guide me, O thou great Redeemer. Otherwise go la la la.
You sure me and the chicks ought to be here?
It's the house of God, Nance. Everyone's welcome, especially children.
Brainless baggage. What the hell are you thinking of coming here? Show your face here again, and I...
What? I'm on Dorset Street. What can you do to me that's worse than that?
We shall come here again, Mr. Jones.
You I should have known.
Every Sunday, because we enjoyed it so, didn't we, Nance?
Yes, I do like a good sing-song.
And I thought Nance and the little cherubs, your little cherubs, would like a trip out of town. Get out of that vile rookery for a few days.
Oh, we'd love that.
Nowhere exotic, some place they speak English. So I'm paying their train fares to Monmouth. I'm sure they'll find some kindly soul there to put them up. Your wife, perhaps?
What do you want?
You've got 3 dairies. I got 1. That seem fair?
Not Aldgate. I'm not giving you Aldgate. That's my home.
I'm not greedy, Yola. I'll take the one in my land.
That's the next biggest.
That's equitable then, isn't it? Plus £20.
What?
For me, as a token of your goodwill.
My goodwill?
And another 20 for your family. Your Whitechapel family.
No, I'm not paying that tart.
Did you know Paddington to Monmouth, changing at Cardiff, is under 4 hours? 15 shilling return and the children go free. But of course you did.
I'll pay the £40 to you.
Tomorrow.
You pass it on to her. I never want to see that gutter whore again, or those 2 snot-nosed little brats.
It's 40 guineas now.
Why?
Because I realise I like you even less than I thought. You want a cup of tea, Samuel Bar?
That would be most welcome.
You can move back in here, Samuel. Your old rooms.
Can I? How soon?
Oh, and we're out of debt.
Huh?
I shan't have to sell the dairy after all.
Did I hear that right?
I'll tell you about it over that tea. Anything happen while I was out?
Oh, lots of old customers called to inquire how I am. I was surprised. Hetty Goldstein baked me rugelach.
Oh.
You can have one with your tea.
Hetty's soft on you, Samuel. Didn't you know that?
Oh, and Annie called.
Oh, begging for her old job back, is she?
No, she wants you to meet her in the yard. 10 o'clock tonight. A matter of life and death, she says.
Annie? Annie, where are you? Strike a light, will you? I can't see.
You? Oh, you think you are so clever, so cunning.
You're secret, Maddock. You didn't half give me a turn. What are you doing here?
How could I have ever believed your lies about my angel, that sweet child, my darling Beth?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going back to Cardi tomorrow. I am going to marry your little sister, and I shall tell her how you lied, how you tried to destroy her happiness.
Yes, Maur, Annie. Stop waving that thing around. Give it to me. Now.
Is he dead? Or must I shoot him again?
I'm not a doctor, but he's got a hole in his chest we could shake hands through, so I'd say yes. He's probably dead. Annie, the gun.
Here, take it.
So this is what you were fetching from the back. Oh, do. Look at you now. Sit down, here, before you fall down. If you feel sick, put your head between your legs. Never mind. Annie, I understand why you did this, but it was not clever.
I don't give a tinkers for clever. I'm ready to swing for that man. I'm happy to swing for him.
Oh, now that's just daft.
I stopped him. That's all that matters.
It may have been all that mattered while Priest was alive, but how other things matter, like you not getting hung, and me not going to jail as your accomplice.
You won't, Meg. I swear.
Oh,
I'll tell him.
Hush now, Annie. I need to think. Right. I want you to run an errand for me. Can you manage that?
I think so.
First, you go to Moses Lipsky's club in Fashion Street. Tell Moses I've got something here that he wants very much, but I'll only give it to him in person. When you've done that, hurry on to Lehman Street Police Station. Ask for Sergeant Fred Wensley.
Anyone around? Megan? Oh.
Careful, Moses. Cobbles are slippery there. Had to shoot one of the cows.
That Nefka you sent. She says you got something I want. Something you'd only give to me. I do hope it's money.
Oh, this beats money.
Oh, nothing beats money. You got money, you can buy anything you want. You better not be wasting my time.
You can't buy this.
Oi, Gewalt.
Oh, easy, Moses. Don't worry, it's not loaded. See? Remember this gun? It's the one I had that night I came to your club.
That is a nice gun.
I know you like it. You tried to buy it.
Yeah, I do. I did.
I wouldn't sell it to you then. But now... Here, Moses, take it. It's yours.
You don't want it anymore?
The dairy's finished. I'm going home. What use is a cowboy gun on a farm? You can fire it properly if you like. I've got one bullet left. Here, catch. See if you can hit... that, right, there, see?
Moses Lipsky, red-handed at last. Give me the gun, Moses.
What are you doing here, Sergeant Wensley?
Still warm? Just fired.
What's all this about?
Moses, I'm arresting you for...
Murder of Madog Priest.
Yeah.
Never heard of the fella.
Over there, in the shadows, shot through the heart.
Well, the cuffs on him, lads.
Well, shot the rear. Shot the rear, that's all.
Is that what you think of him?
Who's been murdered? No one's been murdered here. No, no, get off me.
I'm afraid I come bearing bad news.
Don't tell me the rope broke.
Well, there was no rope. Moses didn't hang.
What? No, he was supposed to hang. That man deserves to hang for what he did to poor Samuel. And for shooting that Welshman, of course.
You know, and for many other crimes over the years. I'm sorry to tell you this, Meg, but the jury didn't convict. Moses walked free.
You caught him holding a smoking gun, standing over a man with a bullet hole through his chest. How is it possible he walked free?
Moses has friends in high places, or rather say powerful men who are deep in his debt. And there were enough holes in the evidence for the judge to rule that the jury must acquit. And you know, it's true. There was something funny about this case.
I don't see what. So, the felon's back in Fashion Street now in all his pomp.
No, I paid him a visit in his cell with a couple of constables. We convinced him he would be wise to get out of Whitechapel for a while, for his health's sake.
Thank you, Fred.
Yeah, but rest assured, Moses Lipsky will be back. His kind are never down for long. And when he does return...
Oh, dear, what doesn't they thinking of?
I was going to say, when he does return, you must look to me for protection.
Thank you. I certainly shall.
Well, on a happier note, I have 2 tickets to see Mary Lloyd at the Hackney Empire Saturday night.
Oh, Fred. Oh, I'd love to walk out with you sometime. I really would. But I simply don't have the time for it. Not now I've got 2 dairies to run. Samuel! Annie! Sergeant Wensley's leaving, so I'll be there when you